Sarah is 35 years old and works as a marketing manager. She earns a comfortable $80,000 a year. On paper, she's doing great. But when her car suddenly broke down last month, she didn't have the $1,200 needed for repairs. Her savings account? Less than $1,000. How did this happen? Sarah is living what many call the middle-class dream, but it's a dream that often hides serious financial struggles. For most middle-class families, life seems stable. There's a steady job, a decent home, and the ability to buy nice things. But behind the surface, there's often debt, lack of savings, and financial stress. The middle class is taught that working hard and spending on the right things equals success. Yet, this mindset can trap people in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, always one emergency away from disaster. This video isn't about blaming anyone. It's about uncovering habits that many middle class people don't realize are keeping them poor. Once you see the problem, you can take control of your financial future. Let's break down these 6 habits and learn how to escape the financial traps hidden in plain sight. Your financial freedom starts here. Number 1. Overspending on appearances. David is a 32-year-old software engineer who recently bought the latest smartphone. His old phone worked fine, but he felt the need to upgrade because all his friends had the newest model. He also spends hundreds on designer clothes and trendy gadgets, even though he often struggles to pay his bills at the end of the month. This is a habit many middle-class people fall into, spending money to look successful instead of building actual wealth. It's not just about big purchases like luxury cars or high-end clothes. It's also smaller things like always eating at fancy restaurants or upgrading home decor for social media pictures. Why does this happen? Social pressure plays a big role. People want to fit in or appear successful, even if it means spending beyond their means. Advertisements and social media make it worse by constantly showing us what we should have to look happy or accomplished. But this mindset can keep you poor. Instead of spending for appearances, focus on what truly adds value to your life. Set limits, like only buying new gadgets every few years or choosing quality over brand names. Before buying anything, ask yourself, do I need this? Or am I just trying to impress someone? Spending less on appearances doesn't mean sacrificing happiness. It means prioritizing long-term goals over short-term validation. Real success is about financial freedom, not what others think of you. Number 2. Over-reliance on a single income source. Imagine a table with just one leg. If that leg breaks, the entire table collapses. Now, think of your income like that table. Most middle-class families rely on one leg, their main job, to hold everything up. But what happens if they lose that job? Everything falls apart. Over-relying on a single income is risky, yet it's how many middle-class people live. Consider Mia, a 28-year-old teacher who loves her job. She earns a steady paycheck, but when her school made budget cuts and let her go, she had no backup plan. Her bills piled up, and she had to take a high-interest loan just to stay afloat. The problem isn't just losing a job, it's the lack of other income streams. A single income source limits your financial growth and leaves you vulnerable to changes in the job market or personal emergencies. Here's a better approach. Build multiple income streams. This doesn't mean working 2 full-time jobs. It could be starting a side hustle like tutoring, freelancing, or selling handmade products online. Or you can invest in passive income sources, like rental properties or dividend-paying stocks. Even earning an extra $200 a month from a side gig can make a huge difference. Think of your financial life as a table with many legs. The more legs you add, the sturdier it becomes. Diversifying your income isn't just smart, it's a safety net for your future. Don't wait for a crisis to start building it. Number 3. Overlooking financial literacy. Jack earns a good salary at his job and always pays his bills on time. He thinks he's doing fine financially, but when his friend asks him about his retirement plan, Jack shrugs. I put some money in my 401k, but I don't really understand how it works, he says. Jack's situation is common. Many middle-class people avoid learning about money because it feels too complicated or boring. The truth is, overlooking financial literacy can cost you big time. Without understanding how money works, you might fall into traps like credit card debt, high-interest loans, or bad investments. For example, many people don't know how compound interest works. They end up paying thousands in interest on loans, but miss the opportunity to earn that same interest on savings or investments. The good news? Becoming financially literate isn't as hard as it sounds. Start small, learn the basics of budgeting, saving, and investing. There are free apps, YouTube channels, and online courses that explain personal finance in simple terms. For instance, understanding how to manage your credit credit score can save you thousands on loan interest. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. The more you learn, the better decisions you'll make. Think of financial literacy as a skill, just like learning to drive. Once you have it, you'll navigate your financial life with confidence, avoid costly mistakes, and build lasting wealth. Don't let fear or boredom hold you back. Your financial future is worth it. Number 4. Confusing assets with liabilities. Lisa just bought a brand new car. She calls it her best investment because it makes her look successful and gets her to work every day. But here's the problem. Lisa's car isn't an asset, it's a liability.
Why?
Because it loses value over time and costs her money for gas, insurance, and maintenance. Many middle-class people make this mistake. They think buying a bigger house, a fancy car, or the latest tech gadgets will make them wealthier. But these things don't put money in your pocket, they take money out. Assets are things that grow in value or earn you money, like stocks, rental properties, or a small business. Liabilities, on the other hand, are things that cost you money over time. For example, a home you live in might seem like an asset, but it's not if it eats up your income through mortgage payments, repairs, and taxes. A rental property, however, can be an asset because it generates income. To build wealth, focus on buying real assets. Start small, like investing in index funds or creating a side business. Remember, if it doesn't make money for you or grow in value, it's not an asset, it's a liability. Knowing the difference can change your financial future. Number 5. Neglecting to plan for emergencies. Tom and Rachel were doing well financially until Rachel needed unexpected surgery. The $5,000 medical bill caught them off guard. With no emergency fund, they had to rely on credit cards, which quickly led to more debt. This is a common story. Many middle-class families live paycheck to paycheck, believing their steady income will cover everything. But emergencies like medical bills, car repairs, or job loss can happen to anyone. Without a plan, even one unexpected expense can spiral into a financial crisis. An emergency fund acts like a safety net. It's money set aside specifically for unexpected costs, so you don't have to borrow or sacrifice your basic needs. Experts recommend saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but even $1,000 can make a huge difference. If saving seems hard, start small. Try setting aside $10 or $20 a week. Automate your savings by transferring a little from each paycheck into a separate account. Avoid touching this money unless it's truly an emergency. Life is unpredictable, but your finances don't have to be. Planning for emergencies gives you peace of mind and keeps you from falling into debt. A little preparation today can save you from big problems tomorrow. Number 6. Relying too much on debt for major purchases. Emma dreamed of owning a beautiful home, so she took out a big loan to buy one. Her monthly mortgage payments ate up half of her paycheck, leaving her with little room to save or invest. To furnish the house, she used a credit card. Now, she's stressed about making payments every month. This is a common middle-class habit, relying on debt to buy expensive things like homes, cars, or even college degrees. While loans can make these purchases possible, too much debt creates financial pressure. Instead of building wealth, you end up paying off interest for years, sometimes decades. The problem is that many people take on debt without fully understanding the long-term cost. For example, buying a $30,000 car with a 6% loan can cost thousands more in interest over time. The same goes for student loans or home equity loans. To avoid this trap, think carefully before using debt. Ask yourself, is this purchase necessary? Can I save for part of it instead? Is the monthly payment manageable? Consider alternatives like buying a used car or attending a more affordable college. Debt isn't always bad, but relying too much on it limits your financial freedom. Be smart with loans and focus on purchases that add value to your life without trapping you in endless repayments. Many middle-class people think working hard and spending on the right things will lead to success. But as we've seen, habits like overspending, misusing debt, or neglecting savings can trap you in a cycle of stress and missed opportunities. Breaking free starts with awareness. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Save a little each week. Invest time in learning about money, or create a plan to reduce debt. Each small step builds momentum toward financial freedom. Remember, true wealth isn't about how much you earn or how others see you. It's about having control over your money, living without constant financial stress, and being prepared for life's surprises. You can rewrite your story. The middle-class dream doesn't have to be a trap. It can be a stepping stone to a better future. Now, If you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.